Hello, and welcome to another episode of Batman's Thoughts. So, I finally saw it. The movie I have been waiting for a long time. The Flash movie. I saw it opening night, and just cannot wait to talk about it. So, I'm going to do 2 reviews on this movie. This review will be my spoiler-free review. So if you have not seen the movie, keep on watching. No spoilers. I will do a more in-depth spoiler review later on. So overall, this film was great. It was really great. My favorite non-Zack Snyder DC film in a long time. Batfleck. We did not see a lot of Ben Affleck's Batman in this movie, but when we saw him, my God, was it great. The bike scene you saw in the trailer, and then the emotional stuff too. That, again, you see this in the trailer, that one-on-one with Barry and Bruce Wayne talking about that Barry could go back in time and fix this. You feel that mentor relationship, and you can tell that Bruce Wayne is trying to have Barry learn from his mistakes. And Ben Affleck does a really good job of portraying that. You really feel their friendship in that little bit of time. And one thing I want to point out, the Snyder Cut is canon. In that conversation, they reference Barry going back in time in that Russian city I cannot pronounce that only happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League, not in Justice League. Plus, Barry runs into Iris, another character who's not in this movie a lot, but in that short amount of time, you can really feel their chemistry too. But again, Iris feels like she ran into Barry somewhere. Just saying, Barry's playing dumb. Only happened in the Snyder Cut. She was reporting on Barry's dad being in jail and his appeal, but she really wants to be a friend to Barry. And again, in that short amount of time, you can feel that chemistry. Ezra Miller was so great in this movie, as both the Barry of our day and the Barry of the past. You can feel Ezra Miller's emotion, showing that Barry Allen needs to undo his mistakes, feeling the pain of his mom's death. Ezra Miller portrays that so well in this movie. And then the young Barry Allen. Ezra Miller portrays the 2 Barry Allens very differently, very well. Young Barry Allen, someone who's never had to lose his mom, did not have to really grow up, and he's so immature, and old Barry Allen is so annoyed with him. It's like me. If I met my younger self, I would probably hate him too. Really feel it in this one too. Old Barry Allen is so annoyed by young Barry Allen. And it's really hilarious. And speaking of comedy, that's a lot of things that I think will turn some people off. While it is canon to Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's not the same tone. There's humor in this movie. But the thing is, unlike Justice League, the humor actually works. It's serious when it needs to be, though. That's the important thing. When serious stuff is happening, the movie gets serious. And to me, that's what's really important. Michael Keaton as Batman, though. It was so great to see him return, and he had some of the best fight scenes, dare I say, even better than what we saw in his original films. He can turn. He can actually turn. Just phenomenal fight choreography in this movie. Sasha Calle is Supergirl. You don't see her a lot in this movie. Some stuff felt a little rushed because of her lack of screen time. But Sasha Calle conveys the emotion really well in this movie. Zod and Fiora were not in this movie a lot. They were just there, which some people were upset with. Me personally, I was not. It is a Flash movie. Zod and Fiora are Superman villains. The main point is that Barry needs to undo his mistake. The only thing, though, is that while I'm fine with Zod and Fiora just kind of being there, the Flash movie had a villain, had an actual somewhat Flash villain in the movie, and it felt like he was shoehorned in there. He was basically shoehorned in there to give the movie a Flash film. And that's kind of my only gripe with this, along with the third act in general. First act, phenomenal. Second act, phenomenal. Third act, that's where it kind of falls flat a little bit. Some stuff felt a little rushed, and that was kind of my main gripe with the movie, is that third act. But even in that third act, there's some great emotion by Ezra Miller with both Barry Allens. The time travel was explained really well. Some bits and pieces were confusing to me, which I will get more in depth to in my spoiler review. The CGI that some people complain about, but were people really complaining about, let's just say, it was an artistic choice. It wasn't necessarily bad CGI, it was essentially images, Speed Force images that Barry Allen saw. If you were traveling through the Speed Force, you don't know what that would look like because people cannot super speed. But speaking of the Speed Force, Andy Muschietti did a really good job of following Zack Snyder's rules. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, Barry Allen could not move people, as that would vaporize them, make them explode, whatever the science-y reason was. The Flash movie follows that in depth very well. You see that Barry Allen has the limitations of his speed. Barry Allen can't just do anything. And Andy Muschietti followed that very well. While the tone was different, again, Andy Muschietti did not contradict the Snyderverse. The only thing that was contradicted was the Henry Allen recast, but recasts happened, and the actor Billy Crudup was not available. But Ron Livingston did a very good job, so I have to give him credit for that. And Barry Allen's mother, another great actress. Overall, this film was carried very well by its performances. And I won't give it a full-on ranking yet. I'm going to see it again and give it a full ranking in my spoiler review. For now, I will give it between an 8.5 and a 9.099999. But overall, again, it was a really great film. So what do you think? Do you agree with my comments? Comment in the comment section, let me know. And if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss another episode. And on that note, have a bat-tastic day.